I take the same bus every single day. And there's this sweet old lady who always sits near the front, every morning. She hands me cashew nuts and almonds like I'm her favorite grandchild. One day I finally asked her, "Ma'am, you're so kind, but why don't you eat these yourself?" She smiled and said, "Oh dear, I don't have any teeth left to chew them." I was shocked and asked, "Then why do you keep buying nuts?" She leaned closer and whispered like it was a big secret. "I don't care about the nuts," she said. "I just love the chocolate coating around them." And that's when I learned, age may steal your teeth, but never your sweet tooth. I was sitting next to my mom one day when I noticed some shiny gray hairs popping out like surprise guests. Being a curious kid, I looked at her and asked, "Mom, why is your hair turning gray?" She paused, gave me that serious parenting look and said, "Every time you do something bad, one of my hairs turns gray." I froze for a second and started doing some very fast math in my head. Then I smiled and said, "Oh, now I understand everything." She asked, "Understand what?" I pointed toward my grandmother and said, "That's why Grandma's hair is all gray." The room went silent. And then Mom started chasing me with a slipper. Moral of the story, curiosity is dangerous, especially in a family full of gray hair. One day, my wife and I went to see a doctor because I hadn't been feeling well for days. I told the doctor I was tired all the time, stressed, and completely drained. He checked my heartbeat, looked into my eyes, and asked my wife a few serious questions. After a long pause, the doctor nodded like he had solved a big mystery. Then he turned to my wife and said, "Your husband needs rest, peace, and a calm environment." He pulled out a prescription and handed her a bottle of sleeping pills. My wife looked concerned and asked, "Doctor, when should I give these to him?" The doctor smiled and said, "Oh, they're not for him." He leaned closer and added, "They're for you, so he can finally get some sleep."
I still remember what happened back in my school when lipstick suddenly became the biggest trend among the girls. At first, it was just a few, but soon almost every girl started applying lipstick during breaks. The real problem was the restroom mirrors, which were always covered with lipstick marks like a modern art gallery. Every single day, the poor sweeper had to clean those mirrors, and the stains just kept coming back. One day, our principal finally lost his patience and called all of us girls into the restroom. He calmly explained how the sweeper had to clean the mirror daily because of our lipstick marks. Then he said, "Let me show you how he actually cleans these stains." The sweeper dipped his mop straight into the toilet and wiped the mirror with it in front of us. From that day on, trust me, not a single lipstick mark ever touched that mirror again.
It was evening, and I was sitting by a campfire with my friend, enjoying the crackling fire and the quiet night. For almost an hour, mosquitoes had been attacking us like we were an all-you-can-eat buffet. No matter how much we waved our hands or moved closer to the fire, they just wouldn't leave us alone. As the sky grew darker, things somehow got even worse, and I was already questioning all my life choices. Suddenly, tiny glowing lights started floating around us in the darkness. I jumped up and shouted, completely annoyed, "Great! These stupid mosquitoes have brought lanterns to find us now." My friend stared at me for a second, then burst out laughing. That's when I realized they were fireflies, not mosquitoes. Still, after that night, I was convinced even nature itself was teaming up against me.